You have a lot of cheap and stingy men out here in this world today. And I'm not a gold digger type of woman. I am a very independent woman, actually. Now, normally when I go on dates, I like to do things Dutch, but that's just me. And that's because I'm not looking for anything romantic and I'm not looking for marriage. I'm looking more for activity buddies. So I don't have a problem when it comes to going Dutch on meals. However, when I'm with certain men, they're not having it. Usually Caucasian men, Italian men, black men, they tend to be more, yeah, that's cool. Which I don't have a problem with that because, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not looking for anything romantic. But I'm also thinking about how you have these older men. And I'm going to share a clip with you, and I'll come back with my commentary. And don't forget to leave your comments and your thoughts and your viewpoint. Here we go, guys.
And for free meals and dinner scammers, all that, are actually past a certain age.
I called online dating quits after my final experience. I was online dating and I matched with this guy. And he was well over in his 50s, his late 50s. And he asked me out for coffee. I said, oh, sir, I don't do coffee. I only do dinner dates. And he said, oh, well, I only do coffee dates. I don't do dinner dates. I said, okay, that's fine. I don't think we're a match because coffee dates, from my experience, are a waste of time. Most people get coffee and they want to rush back off to work, which is reasonable because you're enjoying coffee sometime in the morning and you got to get back to work. And he goes, well, that's what I prefer. I said, that's awesome. I said, you got to understand, you're in your 50s. I'm just in my early 30s. I said, I'm not interested in going to coffee with an older man. And he said, well, I'm not interested in going to coffee with a woman who doesn't have a career, etc. So I make sure I just do coffee so I can fill you out, so I can see that you have a career, you have your own thing going for you. And I said, okay, what is the benefit of me going to coffee with you when I can go to coffee with a man my age? And he goes, well, it's not about the money. I said, exactly. It's not about the money. So that's why I would like to go for dinner. But we are clearly not a match. But thanks for your time. He didn't stop there. He proceeded to call me a gold digger because I wanted to go for dinner. And my preference was dinner dates. Well, after explaining why I don't do coffee dates. And so I was polite, but at that point I said, you know what? I'm taking the polite hat off. Sir, you are 58 years old. You want to date someone who's 32 years old. I said, sir, wake up. No woman in her 30s wants to go to coffee with you. I said, if you're broke, just say that. And he said, you know what? I'm not broke. And he went on this whole spree of how he has so much money. Sir, you have so much money, but you want to save money on dates and take women for coffee. For what purpose? And he proceeds to say, well, I have certain standards for my woman. And I said, that's absolutely amazing. Maybe you should try dating a woman who is your age. Go to coffee with a 58-year-old woman. Oh, you don't do it, sir? Because you can't fool them. They're not going to go to coffee with you because it's a waste of time.
I like the point that she made when she said you're not going to try that stunt on a woman who's your age, 58 years old, because women who's in that age, they're not going for that. And my thing is, she's in her early 30s. He's a 58-year-old geezer. What's wrong with going out with a woman your own age? You have so many women in their late 50s and 60s and even 70s who say that they can't find any men to go out with because they're all chasing after young females. This woman is young enough to be his daughter, if not his granddaughter. That, to me, leans on the side of perverted. And those are the type of men that you really want to keep away from your family. Especially your younger females in your family. Yeah, that's kind of perverted to me. Anyway, coffee dates, I'm thinking about it like this. Check this out. When you are in the dating game, the dating arena, imagine how much money you would be spending as a man if you're spending money on dinners here. Dinners run you at least a good, what? Maybe a good $70 for two people? It depends on where you go to eat, you know, and I'm sure she don't want nothing like a dinner at McDonald's or Burger King or Friendlies or Fridays. Fridays is cute. But, you know, she wants something like Quilted Giraffe, Tavern on the Green, something that's 5-star. Personally, me, I prefer 5-star. If the man is going to court me, yeah, 5-star is nice. But in the beginning, to me, it makes sense. This is just me. Why am I going to spend a fortune on dinner when we could do coffee? And check this out. I'll throw in dessert. I'm with dessert, coffee and dessert. Let me get to see if I like you. Let me see if we are compatible before I sit here and break $70, $100, almost $200 in dinner, not to mention drinks included. But, you know, like she said, looking at his age and looking at hers, hey, it is what it is. And like I said, a lot of women, I'm a 50-50 type girl because I'm very independent. I believe he does 50-50 of the housework. He does his own laundry. He does 50-50 of the child care. I don't mind doing 50-50 when it comes to paying bills. I don't have a problem with that. But from what I'm hearing, I must be a different breed. You know, I don't have a problem with that as long as he's doing 50-50 around the house. Okay? Now let me read some of the comments that are here. And the women are saying, the older I get and further in my career, my personal time means a lot to me. Don't waste my time with the bare minimum. If a man thinks you are a gold digger because you prefer dinner dates, then he has no gold. But he wants your youth. He's the one who's the gold digger. I like that. He wants your youth, sweetheart. He's old as whatever, to be your father. No, come on now. The other person says, Spence says, this conversation lasts way too long. After his rebuttal was, I only do coffee dates, he would have never heard from me again. And another woman says, Jennifer, she says, I'm 34 years old. I'm not getting dressed up for no coffee date. The conversation was too long after he said coffee date. And you don't do coffee dates, I would have been ghost. I would have ghosted him. I would have just turned around, got up, walked away. And this woman says, I'm a barrister, and I watch so many coffee dates, and they're so awkward. And another woman, he's talking about his standards. His standards is he don't date anyone unless he knows that they have a career, and coffee dates should, you know, give him enough information. Why are you worried about how much money a woman is making? A man should worry about whether she knows how to maintain and manage a home. Does she know how to be nurturing? Well, he's old, 58. You still want kids? I don't think you should be having kids at no 58 because that's not quality sperm. That's another video. And I can prove that the kids come out with schizophrenia. A lot of these kids come out with like little midgets, what have you, when these men's sperm is too old. Age is not just a number, sweetheart. That's why they have geriatrics and pediatrics. Anyway, over 50, another person says, I have a freaking $800 espresso machine at home. Why do I want to meet a dude at a coffee shop? And this woman says, I've been married for a while, but dinner and a movie or dinner and an activity was the normal first date. Dinner and a movie or some type of activity. Since when did that become being a gold digger? Men will call you a gold digger when they don't even have gold to dig. It's you. She has youth. She has the gold. He's a geezer. And a pervert. And weird. Let me see what else some of the other ladies are saying here. She says, hear me out. I get coffee dates when y'all are both students. No shade. But this is how he does it. This guy is nothing but a loser. Capital L, she spelled it all in caps, exclamation points all over the place. He wants to date someone he can manipulate into thinking having standards is being a gold digger. Yeah, that's why he wants somebody young, someone he can take advantage of, he can manipulate, control. You know how it is, control, dominate. But these young females out here now, thanks to social media and the internet, baby, these girls are waking up, thank you, Jesus, all over the world. And when it comes to these people saying age is just a number, that's bull. And you know how SheilaTruelove is. If I'm going to do things, you can't argue with facts. You can't argue with data. You can't argue with experts. You can't argue when the research is thoroughly done. Age ain't nothing but a number, and jail ain't nothing but a cell. How about that? Age matters, and age is not just a number. That's why they have geriatrics and pediatrics. If age is just a number, why do people, men and women, lie about their age? If age is just a number, then why do people keep track of birthdays? If age is just a number, why do you have to be 18 years old in order to vote and 21 years old in order to drink? It used to be 19, but they raised it to 21. Why is the legal age of consent to have sex 17 and up? If age is just a number, why do older people have a harder time finding employment? Also, men have to realize that their private parts, their eggplant, it have an expiration date on it. They're not going to be able to be as spontaneous as they used to be, or they are not going to be able to keep up with their partners like they used to be. This 58-year-old man with somebody in their early 30s, he probably got high blood pressure, diabetes, and all kind of health issues, got to be on certain medication that's causing him to have all kind of erectile dysfunction issues. Age is not just a number. Once these men get in their late 40s and 50s and up, they're going to need pills. A lot of them need pump, Viagra, Cialis, Levitra. They need pumps, injections, penis rings to keep up whatever kind of erection they can manage to get up. Now we got to put the penis ring on it to try to keep it up. Come on already. Now we got the penis ring and whatever else they can think of to get and keep a halfway decent erection. So age is not just a number, sweetheart. If your girl wants to roll over or pull over on the side, let's say you driving and she wants to get a little freaky, she's going to have to wait until you pull, your pills kick in. Hold up, baby, let me pop a pill. You got to wait for that to kick in, or you have to take an injection, or you have to whip out your pump and hurry up and put on that penis ring so that you can keep it up and try to maintain it. Come on. Age is not just a number. I keep saying this. Whereas a younger woman, a younger man, better yet, a man her age, he looks at her and he don't need no pills. He don't need none of that. Salute. No problem, sweetheart. He will salute her immediately. So people really need to stop saying age is just a number. Also, did you know that babies born to older men carry a higher risk of having genetic problems? And this is coming from a USA study. A French and USA study showed that male infertility shoots up after the age of 40. Not only does the lower quality of older men's sperm it's lower fertility, it also makes it more likely that the baby will have genetic abnormalities. Research finds sperm quality drops. Genetic problems rise as men age. Kids of older fathers are likelier to have genetic ailments. Scientists have found solid evidence, can't argue with data, experts, research, that older men have more random mutations in their sperm cells. They're warning that it can cause, here we go, how many people we see with autism? A lot of these kids out here with autism. Okay, dwarfism. People walking around with bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and a long list of other genetic diseases in their offspring. And that's because the quality of the sperm is too old. So back to the topic, this woman is right. I'm freaking in my early 30s, you 58, you late 40s, 58, and he probably lied about that. Yeah. So for her to not do coffee dates with this old man who's a gold digger trying to dig for her youth, she made some pretty valid points and some good points. Anyway, like I said, you have a lot of women in their late 50s and 60s and 70s who are out here looking for a partner, but they're too busy chasing after little girls. They're little girls compared to their age. Anytime you're dealing with someone young enough to be your daughter, that's kind of perverted.